It was over.
It was done, but I could see me down below and I was excited, having fun with it. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Joanna's here. Oh, Solbjork. I definitely mispronounced your name. I'm so sorry. Lucy's here. Liz is here. Hi, Liz. Charlie, Jacqueline. Hello, hello. Giraffes, yeah. Vibey. Let's see. Dinah's here. Hello. Becca's here. Hi, Becca. Sarah's here. Leah's here. Hello. Today's gonna be...
I tried to go really big, but...
Oh, no. Oh, no. This is like when I set my coffee mug down right where my mic is. I'm like,
Conk.
It's fine. Baby's here. Hi,
Baby's here.
Hello. Azareth. Lucia. Yes. Monica. Hello. Juniper. Hello. Jay's here. Hello. This is my movement for today. It's just... Let's see. Dia, Yali. Okay, soon we will get to doing the thing. Well, let's see. Today's topic. Oh, Cachet's here. I completely lied and was like, we're not going to say hi anymore. We're still saying hi. Coffee Milkshake. What a great name. And a cute little icon. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So we're going to be talking 2021 goals, writing, book reading, other reading, YouTube, whatever. I'm excited. I've decided to start binge watching everyone's like 2021 goal videos today. So I've been having fun with that. And Jess revealed her deep, dark secret to me 2 seconds ago.
20 seconds before the live started.
Yep.
FYI.
That she has not even made 2021 goals yet. What is she doing?
Nope.
Excuse you.
My quarterly planning has not yet begun. I have 2 days left. I don't know what I'm doing.
You can do it, Jess. You can do it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I did see some people that I follow said that they're actually not making any goals until like the pandemic's over. But like until life returns to a little bit more of a normalcy, they're just not even bothering with goals or resolutions or anything.
I thought about skipping goals this is like the dumbest reason to skip goals. Okay. Or to not skip them. I guess I was honestly considering skipping goals for the next quarter and just being like, no, it's okay. You can take a quarter off. But I figured out a new way to use my writing planner as my quarterly planner. And I'm like, I don't want to waste the opportunity to use my planner. So I need to make some goals. I decided this like Saturday. So I was 100% just not even going to do goals for this quarter. And I was like, you're a planner. You probably need to plan some goals. Like,
but then your planner convinced you that it should happen.
Yeah. So I have a really good idea to use my quarterly or my writing planner as a quarterly planner.
Okay.
I have plans. I'm going to do a video on it. I'm probably not going to be using my Kanban board because, I mean, you can see I didn't move very much.
Uh-huh.
And it's not that stuff's not done. It's just that I'm not moving it. So.
Oh, so it's not like motivating you, I guess.
Right. Friday night when I did my live with Stieg, I was like, actually, I've done this and 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 I've done this. And I'm like, it's just, it's just not working for me. It's behind me all the time, I think, is part of the problem.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I don't ever look at it. But this is right here. Like I see it every day and it's beautiful. And I love it.
Very pretty.
I have a plan.
Okay. I'm excited. Are we going to get to hear anything today about your plan?
I think my goals are going to be like the same as they always are. Like I'm going to have a reading goal and a writing goal and a YouTube goal.
Well, that's because we were also 20 seconds before this live stream talking about all of your books for January alone. Not even the whole quarter, Jessica. For January.
I just have like, with all of my group books, group reads, Patreon reads, book clubs, book challenges I have like 13 books I need to read in January. It's fine.
It's crazy.
I had 4 months this year that I read 15 to 17 books. So I should be fine.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I will not be fine.
It is doable for Jessica. Let's see. Cache says she's setting hers tomorrow in preparation for her 2021 vision board. Ooh, I'm very excited to hear more about that.
Shay is doing a live stream New Year's Eve, like at 10 p.m., I believe.
Oh.
And that's probably where the large majority of my planning is going to get done, is during the live stream as we lead into the new year.
I love that. I was very excited. And I think I'm just going to end up watching it the next day because I'm just will not be staying up that late. Yeah. But I decided that I was going to do a 5 a.m. Writers Club attempt because I was convinced in the comments that even though I already get up early, that this will really make a difference. So I'm kicking off January 1st at 5 a.m.
Oh, that's right. I have that set to remind me too. Maybe I'll do both. Who needs sleep? It's fine. I have a 3-day weekend. It's fine. I can take a nap, get up, and then just sleep afterwards. Grace continues in the chat, just said, I'm participating in Susan Dennard's Write a Short Story per month. It's so exciting. To which I replied, shit, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I also am participating in Write a Short Story a month. So, who was not going to make any goals for the first quarter? I'm so screwed. So screwed.
Oh my gosh. That sounds so fun. And I am seeing everyone's talking about how great that would be. Hold on, let's see.
It is, she's running just kind of like a new thing where you write a short story beginning to end. It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be well thought out. It just has to be finished. Yeah. And it's to help us learn to finish things. And I need that.
I like that a lot. Yes. That's totally, there's something about the short story for feeling accomplished. It's just so much easier to finish them. Totally agreed. Also, Phoebe's writing the shorts together. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what I'm going to write short stories about, but I'm here for it.
You'll come up with something. I'm excited. Well, I did see, scroll back. Becca had said she doesn't know if her goals were even doable. Is that what she said? If they're even feasible. So that's another question that I have for you and for everyone. When you're setting these goals, how much do you focus on making them SMART goals or realistic goals? Or do you just do that pie in the sky? If I get 2 of my 10 goals, I freaking nailed it, you know?
I know what Becca has been able to complete in the last 3 months, as will the world soon know.
Yeah.
So I feel like Becca could pretty much do anything that she puts
on. Similarly convinced, yes.
I don't think there's anything. I think she's fine. I wish I had some of that, just drive and
yeah, same. Also, what? Ray Bradbury challenge?
I don't know.
Dang.
I would look it up, but then there'd just be something else that I would feel like I needed to do, and then.
Your goal list is just going to continue to grow, and then you get a great story of how you were going to set them, and then you accomplished all these things, and that's what it's going to be.
I need to find my notebook so I can write all this stuff down so I don't remember it later. Yeah, that's it. I need to write all this stuff down so I don't remember it later.
Danica says that she tries to do fewer and more specific goals. Stacy tries to make her goals reasonable. I need a stretch, but they are obtainable. Yes. Also, yes. So I for the next however many months, I'm thinking that this will be a fundraiser on all of the live streams. So if you guys would like to donate, there's lots of information, and all of the money does go straight to the NAACP. YouTube donates all of it. So let's see. Love hearing about everyone's goals. Yes. Okay. Ray Bradbury. What?
I'm out.
My brain shut down for a second. One short story a week. Okay. So here's what you could do. Start with your Susan Dennard challenge, and then level up, halfway through the year for the Ray Bradbury challenge.
Thing this just reminded me of, one short story a week. Also this year, I'm tackling this.
Oh.
One chapter a week.
Okay.
Do you watch the channel Rach Loves or Rach Loves Life?
No, should I?
She's awesome, first off. She's a beauty YouTuber, and then her Rach Loves Life is like food and like her kids and family and stuff. And her husband is like a huge Tolkien nerd. And so he wanted to do a book club of reading the book and doing a chapter a week. And I've always wanted to read it, but it always feels so overwhelming. So I was like, I can do a chapter a week. They're like 30-page chapters. But so yeah, I'm also reading this year. But I'm not doing it.
I was very excited. I knew Becca would be excited about that.
It's fine. Not doing anything.
I've never read any of the Lord of the Rings. I never had to read The Hobbit in school. But I love the movies.
I love the movies.
Yeah.
And I know that the movie ending is different than the book ending. Like, there are things that I know, but I've never actually read the book. And it's very daunting, but.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm reading the rest of the Ray Bradbury challenge. So he gave a speech challenging fiction writers to write one short story a week per year, but then also read one short story, poem, and essay a night for 1,000 nights.
Who has time for that?
That's incredible, though. I love a good, I'm going to start this now, and 3 years from now I'll finish kind of thing. The people who are able to stick with that are so impressive.
I mean, I hate to say that I don't have time for that, but I don't have time for that.
Okay, Miss reads 13 books in 1 month.
I mean, I have about 2.5 to 3.5 hours of free time a day. Most of my book reading is like me reading while I'm getting ready to go to work or driving or like getting ready to go to bed at night. So that's a lot.
1,001 Bradbury nights. Yes. Also, I saw we got an anonymous donation to the Legal Defense Fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Yes, thank you, Anonymous. You know who you are.
Haley's killing me. It's probably not popped up yet. Are there even 1,000 nights in a year? Wait
a second. Thank you, Haley. Alyssa says, for my birthday in February, my present to myself is starting to write a horror novel, which I've wanted to do for a really long time. That's exciting. What a great present to yourself, too.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Also, one of the biggest complaints is that AuthorTube is basically like YA fantasy, and that's it. So we need some other things up in here.
We do. But I also wonder sometimes, I definitely think that the bigger channels, and that's probably, BookTube has the same problem. But I feel like you can find pockets of people who are writing much different things.
Yeah, definitely. I found a whole new pocket of booktubers who also write, and we're doing live stream in the people that are doing as I said, the Marbles Initiative reading challenge.
Yes.
Are also all booktubers who Most of them also write and do like NaNoWriMo and do live streams. And like, I just found this pocket of YouTube like 2 weeks ago.
That's so cool.
It's so weird how like you just find random pockets of like friend pods and you're like, how did I not know these people existed?
Yeah. Well, I just found, I was Googling, or I was watching some YouTube videos on like Medium and like personal essay writing and stuff, found a whole nother section of, and I guess they don't, you know, AuthorTube we're going to put in quotes, but like it was this whole other section of writing and they were like referencing each other. And it was this own little community that I had never heard of, even though it is so closely related to the one I had heard of. So anyways, Brooke writes, I'm a BookTube AuthorTube hybrid. So much content to be filmed. I'm trying to get more into BookTube this year. That's one of my 2021 goals. Let's see. Yes, share the pocket. Jeff.
I don't know any of the names off the top of my brain, but if you look up the Avengers Initiative Writing Challenge, or Reading Challenge rather, Marvel and Avengers Initiative Reading Challenge, the announcement videos for that, there's 5 of those girls that are running that challenge, and I think 3 of the 5. Woo. I could do that for hours. 3 of the 5 are also writers. So crazy.
Well, let's see. Okay, so Jess has a lot of reading goals. But for 2021, besides multiple challenges, do you have a big number of books you want to read? And anyone in the comments, let us know if you guys have a number. Let us know if you're trying to explore new genres or new authors, any kind of like reading tangential related. I don't know what the word I was actually trying to come up with there, but yes.
My number is 52. My number is always 52. Doesn't matter if I read 20 books in a year or 120. My number is always 52.
I like that. I think I said my unofficial/official number was 26. So same logic, but half of what
Same logic, but half.
But half.
I do always put 52 as my goal for Goodreads. So this year, I think my goal was 82. And that was just, let me double check. At the beginning of the year, Holly Hart's Books did a random number generator to get her number reading goal for the year.
That's amazing.
And she was like, 82? Like, I don't know. She was just like panicked. And I was like, it's cool. I'll set my reading goal to 82 as well. And we'll do it together.
That's fun. Okay.
But typically 52. It might be 87. It might be 86. I don't know. It's 80 something. I don't know. I've read 106 books, so it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. You crushed your 82 or whatever.
Or whatever. I'm trying to look, but like the mouse isn't working. And
it's all a struggle. Devasia, that is also, I will also recycle that goal. That has been a long running goal. And it's like random months I'll pick up a book and then it just, need to stick with it.
I am also trying to learn French currently, so.
Look at that!
I don't think I've done any this month though. I did like 200 days in a row and then hadn't touched it for a month.
That is my biggest problem with a lot of things, is that I can keep track for a while and like my record will be really good. And then once I stop, it's like, if I miss a day, this is my problem. So I read Atomic Habits and I've been talking about it nonstop now. But they, in the book, he was like, you can miss one day and it's fine, but you can't miss 2 days, is basically his rule. So that is now, which is kind of how I've always felt. Oh, it's someone's birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Also, 52 is really like, it seems to be the number that a lot of people are throwing out.
Yeah, because Shay said something about Duolingo. That's what I've been using. And so I've been working on my French. I'm not very far. Like, I'm only into like the second, like, how do you get into the second tier? Like, and literally had like 200 days worth of I don't understand. So I don't know. Maybe my streak wasn't as big as I thought it was.
So I'm going to go back. We could all be Duolingo buddies. We can hold each other accountable.
Listen, Kevin and Laura were my Duolingo buddies, but they both bounced.
Come on, guys.
So it doesn't tell me what my longest streak was. Right now, my streak is currently 0 days. So I reached a 180-day streak at some point because I have a badge for that. So.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I feel like if Becca was still here, I'm sure she's done Duolingo before, but she would appreciate the badges. French immersion. Okay, French, we got books. What are people's writing goals? So Jess, if you're going to do Susan Dennard's challenge, and I know some people are doing the Ray Bradbury challenge, do you have any other writing specific goals for the year? Especially because if I'm remembering correctly, you were getting a little bit closer with some of your world building.
My goal is I think the first quarter, my goal is to write the first draft of the new draft. Because technically it's a first draft because the whole story is being written. So I don't think there's really much of anything that's usable.
Okay, yeah.
Which is, it's a decade worth of work thrown down the trash. It's fine.
It's not thrown down the trash. No.
It's fine. It's just waste a decade of my life. It's all of my good years, all of my 20s. I'm never getting them back. It's fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in and start fresh. New first draft. First quarter.
I like that. I'm hoping to first quarter actually get the first or the final version of the Meridian maps down before I get beta reader feedback. Once again, now that I have the entire series sort of zero drafted, I am curious if anyone has. So like Jess was talking about her first quarter goals. I know a lot of people either set them up this way or like seem to struggle with it. I know Brooke Passmore has talked about her old system of setting up writing goals was she would do like, as the year progressed, her goals would be dependent on what she did before. So then if you don't complete your goals by March, you're kind of SOL in June for the goal that you had set. So how do y'all set up quarterly versus yearly goals specifically for writing? Or do you just like kind of focus on individual projects? Yes.
I have just failed miserably anytime I do a yearly goal. So at least quarterly I can scrap it and stuff. Like the middle of December, I had already failed my writing goal for this quarter. And I was like, I'm not trying anymore. I'm done. Like it's the middle of December. I've got other things to do, other things to worry about. Let's just move on with life and I'll start fresh in January. And then I was like, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do in January and not make any goals except
now.
Except now I'm like, this planner, I need it. So I guess.
Yeah. I do find that specifically in December, my goals have like a double-edged sword where it's very clear that I either have or haven't met my goal for the year. And so then halfway through December, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to give up on doing these and I'm just going to do whatever until January and the new year rolls around. Day's goal is to finish the second and third draft of her witch books, outline book 2 and 3, and then work on a standalone tundra horror. Do I not know what tundra horror is? Or is that a...
Do you know what a tundra is?
Do I know what a tundra is?
It's like the frozen...
It's like a...
North and or south.
Oh.
Like,
well,
just like
I don't
the
know.
plains. Frozen plains.
Yeah, I think I just don't know what those two combined mean. I have questions.
Think it would mean that it's a horror set on a tundra, but I could be wrong.
Is that it? Sorry, Day. I'm just like, tundra horror.
I don't know, Day. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's probably it.
I was over here trying to, I think I was thinking of like a cozy mystery. Like that's what I was trying to place a tundra horror as. It's just not computing.
No, it's not.
It's not a tundra horror, or it's not a cozy mystery.
I don't think it's like a cozy mystery. I think it's a different thing, but
It's a different thing. It's fine.
I think so. It's not my story, so I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure not the same. Yeah.
I like that she's not answering us either. Like, she's enjoying watching us struggle.
Oh, better. Oh man.
Jeez Louise.
My quarterly goal is to reach half of the way of the first book of my epic fantasy. That'll bring the word count to 100,000. Holy crap.
I'm sorry, did you just say 100,000 was halfway?
I know. Well, epic fantasy.
It's there's a cutoff point.
I don't know. Some of these epics truly are insane to me. I'm still trying to get through, and admittedly, I haven't tried super hard recently. Brood.
But she answered first.
She did. Okay, so it was like a setting of the horror rather than like a description of that makes it makes sense.
It's not like when they say that a house is cozy in the description by they're telling you that it's teeny tiny.
Yeah. Oh man.
I have new friends on Duolingo.
Well, I'm very excited for your Tundra Horror Day. I love a good, like, snowed in sort of thing. So now that I'm on the same page with you, I'm excited.
I don't know. A thing I learned about myself, I don't know that I like horror.
Oh.
Because, like, I read 3 this year, and I did not like them.
Okay.
I think I learned about myself. Maybe I just didn't like the ones I read. I mean, also, cool, so.
I don't know that I've ever read like a specific. Have I read outright horror? I don't know that I have. I've read a couple thrillers that I felt like bordered on horror, but not outright horror.
I mean, I read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, which was meh. Oh, and yeah, I read The Only Good Indians, Stephen Graham Jones. Didn't like that either, which people who like horror really liked it.
Okay.
I didn't like it. I think there was another one too, but I can't. I don't.
I'm over here also a fan of horror comedy. Give me the horror comedy. Let's see. Olivia says my quarterly goal is to actually start focusing on one project rather than starting 10,000 new ones. My big goal is to publish my book this year, so fingers crossed.
I feel like Olivia just called me out. And I'm okay with that.
100%. Me too. Yeah. I even had like I was journaling this morning, and it was literally about how much I enjoy having multiple goals. But then I was like, but why do I enjoy it? Is it like the procrastination effect? Is it like I was then psychoanalyzing the reason for it? But
I mean,
Comic Quirks with Jimmy. I do know that feeling. I sometimes have to wait to read certain authors too, because I'm just like, well,
no point in me doing this anymore.
Yeah, but you do always have to remind yourself that what you're reading has been through multiple rounds of editors and beta readers and a whole bunch of other people. To be fair, few people can write like Neil Gaiman writes, but. Okay, Day does like the creepy crawly feeling. Danica says, I guess first quarter is finishing my first draft. I burned out after my third draft and barely made it 30,000 into my draft one.
That's a valid feeling. I mean, all feelings are valid feelings, don't get me wrong. But that especially is a valid feeling.
I know a lot of people burned out after NaNoWriMo.
Yeah.
I feel like it happens every year, but you can also notice just within AuthorTube, everyone who, like, there's a dip in people putting out videos, a dip in people watching. We're all just like, eh.
I don't know if you remember this or not, but I did a video every day for 25 days this month. I didn't even the thought has not even occurred to me that I was actually doing stuff this month and being productive. Like, I just thought I've been sitting around all month not doing a thing until like 20 seconds ago when I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a second. I have done a lot of things.
25 videos this month. Like, girl, you're fine. It's going to be all right. You're all right. You're good.
Oh my gosh.
I'm with you, Cheryl. I'm behind on my HB90 plans. I'm losing it.
I was about to ask how that was going because I know I've gotten a lot of people in comments recommending that. And of course, I know Jess really loves it. So one of these days, one of these quarters.
I love my HB90 planning system. I love it. It's great. It's amazing. I love the planner course. I highly recommend it. It is dollar bills, but I feel like if it helps you be more productive, and I won't say that like you could definitely tell from my Kanban board that I'm not reaching all of my goals, but I'm definitely being more productive. And I think I'm still learning what I have time to actually do. And that's a large part of the system, is learning how to gauge how much time it takes you to do things so that you know how much to plan for.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning that.
Yeah.
To be fair, reading 13 books a month for book clubs and writing a short story a month and writing the first draft of a novel is probably not something that I have enough time for, but we're going for it anyway. Also, I run a YouTube channel? Maybe, I don't know. Plus like 3 Instagram accounts. It's fine.
Jessica, you have so much. It's fine. It's all fun stuff, though. Like, that's the other great part. The Dodley Render says, my main goal is to get book 1 of my YA fantasy ready to query by September. That's very exciting. Book 2 through the first revision and book 3 0 drafted. Very ambitious, but I think it's doable. I loved the way you said very ambitious. Reminded me of, I watched Lizelle Sandberry's video on her 2021 goals, and she had a couple that she described as like very ambitious as well. And I'm very excited for hers. I recommend everyone go and watch that video. It was great.
I have a few more videos that I need to watch that are actually more than a few. I need to watch a bunch of people's videos for their plans, and I need to also, there's some planner videos that I need to watch, and all those kind of things.
Yeah, I'm also very behind on my YouTube watching.
Yeah.
People are saying the plan along for 2021 is super helpful.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. Oh, Danica's trying to build healthier habits so she doesn't keep burning out. I want consistency. No spoilers, Phoebe. BC Brown Books says, plus I have big plans for my YouTube channel and new videos this year too, and I hope to get my certifications in the HR for my degree. Yeah, if anyone has any big YouTube plans, whether that is starting a channel or like starting a new series on your channel, or like I said, I'm trying to introduce more book content to my channel, I would love to hear whatever y'all have planned.
I definitely want to see more book content from Kate.
All the books.
Reading / book content, because writing book content is already there.
Yes. Thank you, Jess.
Please and thank you.
Lucy is going to start her channel.
Yay!
Anisha with the True Hack. I've been binging everybody's old videos before making my own.
That's also part of the reason why I haven't made any goals yet. I'm also writing down my goals as we discuss them because you're reminding me of all of the things that I wanted to do.
Yes.
Thanks, y'all.
So you will need to report back at the end of this chat and be like, what does your list say? Cromsdale, my YouTube plan is get this, film more than one video that I've uploaded. Yes.
That's a great goal.
Sid's here. Hi, Sid.
I said,
let's see. Healthy consistency sounds like a great idea. Yes, it does. Start a YouTube channel for Taryn. Just started writing vlogs this month, Jordan says. I'd love to get consistent with it. A friend and I have been planning on a podcast YouTube channel. That sounds so cool.
Excellent.
Lots of people who want to start YouTube channels. That is awesome. Oh, Epsilon says I plan on posting some choreographies I made on YouTube. That's so cool. Renee's starting up her channel again. Upload consistency. Yeah.
What's that?
says the Jess who has uploaded. How many videos was it?
I mean, 25 days in a row for sure, but prior to that.
Regina. Hi, Regina. My goals for 2021 include publishing Vampire sequel, editing and publishing the sci-fi futuristic thingy, running another Colorado Millionaires romance, and trying to finish the sequel to Sugar Rising. Regina.
No big deal. You'll be fine.
You are going to crush it. Devisha. I want to start a second channel to separate my writer content from my hot takes. Yes.
No, put your hot takes on your writer content channel. Duh.
Look, I am here for all of the second channels. I am here for the merging of the channels. I'm here for all of the content from the writer people I already love doing non-writer things in whatever capacity they want to do it in.
Yeah, I really don't care either. You can do whatever you want.
Just had, I love that, because you started a second channel.
Yep.
And then are thinking about merging all the stuff.
I hate it.
Yeah. But I thought it was so funny because back when this was happening, you were like, we all tried to dissuade you, I think, from starting a second channel. And then as soon as you did it, everyone else did it too.
Everyone was like, don't do it. Don't make a second channel. And then everyone else went and made a second channel. And I was like, F you guys, I'm going to start a second channel too now. Tell me I can't do it. And then I did it and I hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it.
But I'm over here also thinking second channel. That's the way to go.
To be fair, the reason why I hate it is because I did not realize that I was going to hate planning on camera. Because
fair. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate filming myself do it because I like to, I use it as a relaxing thing. I use it as part of my de-stressing, as part of my, to calm my anxiety. I like to put stickers on paper. It makes my anxiety feel better. And when I include filming myself doing it,
it gets rid of.
It doesn't do what I intend it to do. So
yeah,
it doesn't work for me. But to go ahead and do all of the planning and then just do a flip through and show what I did on my me channel, I'm okay with that. But if I was doing weekly plan with me's for 3 different planners like I was before, definitely a second channel for that.
Yeah.
But now I'm just going to be doing maybe 2 videos a month that are planning related. So that I feel can be on my channel.
Yeah. And I think there's something to be said for not fully recognizing that until you try it.
Yeah. Didn't know it was a thing I was going to hate.
Yeah.
But I do have separate Instagram accounts. I have 3 Instagrams. So.
Am I following all 3? I don't know that I am. I got planning with Jess. What's the Jess plans? Jess reads. What are you? Jessica.
My name is Jessica. Starts with a J. The other one is What You Gain. That's my weight loss one.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're following it or not.
I'm not, but I am. Oh, I am following.
See? there you are. Which I also haven't figured out what I'm doing with that yet either. That's also one of my goals for the next quarter, is to figure out what new program I'm going to be using. Because there's a lot of racism drama with Weight Watchers right now. Them just supporting some absolute racist garbage. So pretty much most of the people that I know have dropped the system, and I have as well.
Yeah.
And that sucks because it was working. But now I need to find a new system. So that's also part of the next quarter goal, is to just try out some different systems and see what works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to show your comment right, but it won't let me.
Which one?
It says, Jessica, you don't care about me.
I tried to show that one too.
It won't let me.
It's not coming up in my on StreamYard, otherwise I would put it on the screen.
My comments have stopped, so like I don't have like I haven't had any comments for 3 minutes. So I think maybe it's just my thing is broken.
Oh no. Oh no. I did not know about the Weight Watchers thing either. I'm very curious now. And kudos to everyone who has dropped. Hopefully that will.
Yeah, all of the people that I was subscribed to, like all of the channels that I was watching, have been very like, this is why I dropped Weight Watchers. And I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a big spiel. There's a lot happening. Put that down. Quit fiddling with it. It makes a lot of noise.
Rider on Wheels says, also, I want to join a book club. Maybe I need to read more. Well, we are a book club.
We are a book club.
For those of you who are not aware, other than just chatting and hanging out, which we do love. But we added a book club element to this, which we're not really done chatting about goals, but we can kind of intermix it here. We are going to chat later about our book club pick for November and December, which was Meet Cute. Jess has it. I read the ebook and audio version. It's a cute cover.
I just got this like yesterday.
Did you really? It's a cute cover.
I really like it.
So this has, it's short stories surrounding these theoretical meet cutes between characters. It was, I think they were, as a whole, a lot of fun. There were some that really stood out to me. So I'm excited to talk about that with Jess, even though Jess and I have totally already talked about it, but talk with y'all about it and see if there's any kind of overlap on our favorites or least favorites, or yeah. So let's see.
I think my internet's just frozen. Like,
is it?
I'm honestly would be surprised if people can even still see my face. I mean, you can, so obviously it's fine. But
oh no.
Yeah.
No.
My comments aren't moving in here either. So I'm just gonna stop clicking on stuff so that at least
okay, we can see you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes, definitely drop questions about the book in the chat, and then Jess and I will also be revealing our book club pick for January and February as well. Do we want to do that now? We'll also be talking about goals still, so we'll see while Jess is doing that. Lily says, I need to set up a writing and acting routine. I want to write 1,000 words a day and do different acting practices. Need to sharpen my talents. That is awesome.
Oh, hi, everybody can see me.
Yes.
I can't look at comments. I can't respond to comments. They are moving in the sidebar now, but my computer's just like, it's at capacity. It's
fine. The theme. Well, do we want to chat more about goals? Does anybody else have anything they want to share? We can maybe
have any, like, non-writing goals.
Yeah, non-writing, reading, or YouTube goals. Any random goals?
Just random goals.
Yeah, I did not get my pull-up this year fully, so that's going to be a goal I have for 2021.
A pull-up?
Yeah, or chin up. I'm trying to get that so I can go halfway, but that's it.
I mean, I can barely stand up, so.
So it has been a goal for like, I swear I put it on my goals for every single year, but last year I actually came the closest to getting it. So I think 2021 might be my year.
My ankle has been so bad that it's like, like this month it's been better, but November was so bad that it was just like, I could barely stand on it, but it's fine.
That's not fine. Have you been to the doctor? But also, yay!
My doctor is.
Yeah.
I'm fat, and if I lose weight, it'll be better. Basically, is the extent of the recommendation that I've been given by more than one doctor.
Yep.
So, like naturally, because both ankles are, one's totally fine and the other one's like falling off.
Yeah. Thanks, Doc. God, that's terrible. Let's see. Day is saying, I'd like to do the Couch to 5K program and run the whole 5K. I also want to have a dedicated self-care day where I won't feel bad if I don't write. Those are really my goals as well.
Random question. Can you see Day's face in that?
I can. Can you not?
No.
Interesting.
It's doing the thing.
That's so weird. It is interesting, like, what goes first.
It's fine. You know, if I fall away, I'll be back.
There you go. You're just giving us a heads up. Lucy Brown, another year of my HR degree. Juniper wants to go on a walk every day in 2021. Introvert Sarah, study more Japanese and start meditation/mindful practice. I've always said I wanted to meditate, but I really think that the journaling in some ways has kind of served the initial purpose I had for that. So I might just stick with the journaling. Chandra says working on handstands really helped me with that. That is good to note. I can still do a pretty good handstand since I did gymnastics so much when I was younger. But I'm going to have to incorporate that in again. Zara wants to maintain inbox 0 every single day. Normally pretty good, but November, December was so bad for me. I never want to experience it again. Yep.
That's the first thing I do every morning when I get to work. Open my work email, get it to nothing. Open my personal email, get it to nothing. Move on with my day.
I will not show you what mine is at then.
Fair.
Collective stress. Let's see. Video wants to start practicing my violin again and learn new songs to play. That's awesome. Lose weight and get my driver's license. Start driving and finish school. That's great. Publish more art on my Insta. Heck yes. Hi, Alexis. Marina, I'd like to stay COVID negative. This is my goal. That is a good goal.
It's a great goal to have.
Yeah. Haley's internship is starting next week. Looking forward to having more of a schedule around that. Kelly wants to finish her master's in library and information science. Heck yes. And Elizabeth graduating with my MFA and getting married. This is so exciting. It's so nice seeing all the
Why are these people all smarter than me?
It's so nice seeing all the exciting stuff people are looking forward to. Cache finally opened this Etsy store and actually sell my crochet. Yes. Chandra also likes meditation just about every night before bed. Yes, Jess is an author-tuber / booktuber / planner / generally awesome human.
My channel is linked in the description box down below. I seen it earlier.
It is, in fact, the only thing that is linked. I did good this time. Well, I did better.
Did better this time.
Phoebe,
yay!
Yay! Non-tech related job. Heck yes, everyone. Grace continues, says, I'm debating if the goal will be launching a website so I can post short stories on it. We'll see. That was still my end of year goal. It might be the first week of January goal. I'm just going to get this website done.
You don't have to have a perfect website.
I know. That's what
You
I
can
tell
launch it and then work on it.
I can. Yes. And honestly, anything is better than what I have currently. So like, I really shouldn't be concerned. Let's see.
I have a website. It's kind of crappy, but I've had the same one for a few years. So
yeah, there you go. It doesn't need to be wonderful. I just need to get it up and running and actually running and not useful. Get married in October.
Excellent. Congratulations.
I would like to become confident and take care of my mental health. Yes.
Good plan.
Yeah.
Too.
Morning routine in check that I lost during quarantine. That is a big one. Yes.
Fair.
Joanna is also graduating. Get a job, move to a better place, write regularly, and get better at writing in English.
Excellent.
Haley's website's on Wix because I cannot pay for it yet. Yeah, whatever you want me.
Mine's on Wix as well.
Zara. I've redesigned my website 3 times in the past decade. I know, that's what I just need to throw out the new redesign and be like, hooray, I'm good for 5 years. That's the plan. Okay, well, I think, Jess, it is time to talk about the book club pick, Meet Cute. So people, let us know if you read it. Hopefully y'all don't mind spoilers. I
don't really know that there's a lot of spoilers you can do at this because there's not a lot of plot.
There's not. I was going to say there's something about, because it's short stories, it's not like you're giving away any huge twists oftentimes.
I mean,
a couple of them twists.
Click had like a pretty good plot twist.
Yeah, yeah.
But the rest, I don't know that they did.
It's also, this is an interesting point. Like, I don't feel as upset if someone spoils a short story for me as I do if it's like the entire novel is spoiled and I didn't want the spoilers, you know? Like a 20-page short story. It's like, oh, okay.
259 Million Miles also had a plot twist. That was kind of sucky.
Oh, that was sucky. So here's the thing. Once I sat with some of these, because we should say Jessica and I agreed on a lot of them, actually.
Pretty much all but the last 2.
Yeah, and then was 259 Million Miles one of the last ones? I brought up your...
It was the 4th to last. I was going to, but computer is being dumb, so.
Yeah.
But I've got my book opened, and I feel like if I remember the name of it and who wrote it, and I can think, like, if I look at it and I'm like, I remember that story, then it's one I liked. And if I look at it and I go, I don't remember that story, it's probably not one I liked.
I was about to say that I'm looking at some of these at the end. I remember The Department of Dead Love, which you didn't like, but I did like that. I think that's the only one that we really differed on. But, like, I don't remember Say Everything or Something Real. I don't know.
I used to remember. I used to know. When we first read it, I knew. But
yeah, it's been a hot minute. So Regina, they are all like, they're meet cute in that they're supposed to be romance, although not all of them are actually a romance that happens.
Most of them, like the second they meet, you are kicked out and sent to the next one.
So it's not like you see a huge progression in a lot of them, and some of them are more sci-fi in theme. Some of them are more fantasy. Like one that I loved, I think my favorite one was The Way We Love Here by Danielle Clayton, and that one had a much more fantastical setting.
And I liked The Way We Love Here, but I think my favorite was either Click or Oomph.
Which were like, they were also like top 3 probably.
Yeah. And I really liked Siege Etiquette. And I don't know if it's because it was like the first one and it was just like, I think the way it's named is so great. I don't know. I liked that one.
I liked that one.
Mary of You and Me. I loved.
That was cute. The Siege Etiquette one's so funny to me because when I went back to look at other people's Goodreads to see what anyone else thought of them, that was the one that was like the most controversial. You either loved it or you hated it, it seemed. And I liked it. I thought it was a good way to start overall.
Oh, Something Real was the reality TV show one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Really dumb.
I didn't like that one as much. And I love reality TV and trash like that.
It was real dumb. Ella also loved Click and Oomph.
Yes.
Where is...
Bye, Sarah.
That was Something Real. There was what was the other one? I was trying to figure out what they are. Say Everything.
I thought...
Say Everything is in second person.
Was it?
Yeah.
Do I even remember that? I don't remember that one at all.
Oh, this is the one where like the girl works in the diner and she goes on a date with a kid from school that she thinks is rich, but he's not.
Oh yeah, and then they like bought her. Yeah, they bought the house, and then they got rid of the house, or it was okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, at that point, I think I was a little bit over it in some ways because it wasn't ending as strong as I wanted it to.
No.
And I was just kind of like, okay.
259 million miles like had so much potential and they just like stabbed it right through the heart.
Yeah, for those of you, again, there are spoilers in this chat. Beware. For those of you who read it, that like fake out or it was a twist at the end, but it was like he didn't even get to go.
Right, like he was so excited. He was like, this is great. They're like, thank you for doing this. You are a perfect match for her, blah, 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 whatever. Thanks for like hanging out and spending all this time with us. And he's like, cool, when do I get to go to space? And they're like, oh no, we were just matching her up with someone that's like you, that's already there.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure that y'all were that worked. You can go home now.
Yeah, that was so rude, so mean. And like I get that this is the thing with the short stories, is that you're just trying to, there's like a fast punch that you're trying to do to the reader, you're trying to make them feel a specific thing or get a specific thing out of it. And I get that his lesson that he was going to learn was that there's like, there's worse things in life than being embarrassed, / like he can get over it, / move on and whatever, and human connection, they're not all terrible, blah, blah, blah. So he learns his lesson. But I was like, wait a second, but they were horrible to him.
Horrible to him.
Yeah, I was not. It was fine. It was okay. My big thing was, so you start out with Siege Etiquette, which I enjoyed. And then I thought Print Shop was cute, not as cute as other people did. Some people really loved it. And we got to Hourglass. And Hourglass, if I had to choose, the biggest disappointment for me, because I was loving it so much until the very end, which I didn't feel like any of the others cut off as badly as this one did. It felt like it just stopped. Like I was listening to the audiobook and I didn't even realize that the end was coming up. And it was like, okay, now we're going on to the next one. And I had to rewind to make sure I'd followed what was happening actually, and that I hadn't misheard something. I hadn't, it just ended so suddenly.
And I also, this is the thing, like, I think that one had, it had so much potential as far as like the main love interest aspect of it. And like, her being, a diverse woman who had a different style of body from the people where she lived, and that there was this African tailor who could, make dresses in her style in ways that would fit her and would flatter her body. Like that aspect of it was amazing. The absolute dumpster fire of her best friend who was dating a guy who was
racist,
racist, disgusting piece of shit who was dating him behind her back and lying to her about it. That part of it pissed me off so much that by the time I got to the end of it, I was almost happy it was over. Like, I hated that it ended where it ended because I was like, but like, she could get like with this dude and she could be happy. But also, her best friend is a piece of shit.
So some of these felt very self-contained, and that I was like, okay, the short story told me all I needed. This story, though, I genuinely felt like it should have been an entire novel.
Especially that drama. Like, with that friendship drama, it could have been a whole book.
It could have been a whole novel. And so just,
to be fair, I haven't read anything by E.B. Du Bois, and that makes me want to read something from her.
So it did work, kind of, if that's what
what she was going for. Yeah.
Oh, I was so.
I mean,
I'm going back to see what more.
Let's see, what was after Hourglass was Click, which is great.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
What did you just learn?
I was looking up what else E.B. Du Bois had written, and I have had Pride and American Street on my like TBRs for a while, and I wanted to read them. So okay.
I knew that Pride was one of them. I wasn't sure what the other was, but I knew that Pride was one. That one I can see in my brain. Click had a... Bless you?
Thank you. I attempted to mute.
Click had like a dating app where people click. Yeah. And the girl's like going on a date with this guy. Like, she shows up to the bar. Bless you again, child. Are you allergic to your arm?
It is the allergies. Texas is doing one of its little swing.
It's doing its thing.
Yep.
But she like goes to a restaurant to meet a guy, and like it's kind of like a blind date. You don't know what the other person looks like. You just know that like your personality tests have matched up. And she loses like her planner or something, or her phone. No, she loses her phone.
She loses her phone that has something important to her in it. And we don't find out fully what it is until a little bit later.
Yeah. And like, so the guy she's supposed to be on this date with, like, go on this whole adventure to get her phone back. And then when she gets her phone back, the guy she was supposed to meet has been messaging her the whole time, like, dude, I'm here. Where are you? Why haven't we, like, did you bounce? Like, what happened? So like the guy that she actually met at the restaurant was not the guy she was supposed to be on the date with.
Yeah, and it was so good because I loved it. Showed that, you know, in this like slightly futuristic world, it was like the app knows you so well that it knows who your one true match is, and like the people 99% likely to work with you kind of thing. And so then to find this person that she didn't even technically click with, but in real life clicks with so much. And then there's so many fun layers to this one that I feel like also get wrapped up so well. And I like that he actually, like, at one point, there's a reference from their like traveling by the subway or something where he texts someone and he knew the whole time that this girl wasn't who he was, almost the whole time that this girl wasn't the one he clicked with actually. And so he had messaged the girl that he technically met up with. It was so good.
What was after Click? Click was The Intern. Remember The Intern?
Is that the famous guy?
Oh yeah. The famous guy story. That one was okay.
It was fine.
It was fine. There was nothing like inherently good or bad. Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't want a ridiculously hot British dude to come over and hang out with me for a day and sing love songs. Like, I'm cool with that.
Of course. Yes. Like, there was something nice in the fantasy, but that was about it.
It didn't just be Henry Cavill and he could just talk. He doesn't have to sing songs. It's fine. Wildly specific, Jessica.
Oh, we're all here for Henry Cavill. I will say the one thing about this is that like every story, or 85% of the stories here, has a dead relative in it that like greatly impacts the story. Like Siege Etiquette, it turns out her parents were killed in the drunk driving accident or whatever. Not Print Shop and not Hourglass, but then Click had the dead sister. The Intern had a dead mom. I don't think Somewhere That's Green. We'll talk about that one. The Way We Love Here had a dead dad.
Yeah.
Then was it not the Dictionary of You and Me? I think the Unlikely Likelihood. I don't know. It felt like death was a very common theme, and like a mourning sort of thing.
Yeah. Something Real was the girl that was there, like, because her sibling was so in love with the famous guy.
Right. Yeah. Who would die. Yeah. Anyways, it was just so much more prominent than I expected when I initially picked it up. That I was just like, did they all get
Didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
The Intern, we talked about. Somewhere That's Green.
That one
honestly, the only thing I remember about Somewhere That's Green is that it was like the transgender character, which I believe was a transgender female. Am I correct?
Yes.
Female presenting. I don't remember a whole lot, but I do, like, that's what I remember.
Somewhere That's Green, it's another one that I actually wish that it had been a whole novel rather than a short story, because I'm pretty sure this is the one where they're like in the theater group and they're going to have to do the play together, and the love interest is like in the closet with a very religious family, and
yeah.
And there's so many dynamics, and actually at one point it was kind of confusing for me because there were a bunch of friends that were introduced, and all I kept thinking was how great this would be if it was a full-length novel. But because it was a short story, it just didn't feel as complete as some of the others. But again, I really loved the concept and the characters. I just wish that, yes, Ella, that one felt like a good idea, but done too fast. 100%.
Haley asked Little Shop of Horrors, question mark. The play that they were doing was Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
They don't really ever show any of it on the page.
No, that was also the confusing part to me. Like, we talked around a lot of stuff that doesn't quite happen, and
it was like the girls, the love interest's family was like super religious, and they were trying to make it so that they couldn't have a separate bathroom at the school, or couldn't use the girls' bathroom because they thought it was dangerous for someone who was born a male to be using the women's room to change during gym. And there was a whole spiel.
Yeah. Let's see.
We can talk about Kate's favorite because it's next. The Way We Love Here by Danielle Clayton.
The Way We Love Here. Yes. Okay. This one was so fun because it had it felt, first off, this is how I'm going to go with them. It felt like a complete story.
Yes.
I felt like I had been taken on a journey, but I'd gotten a beginning, a middle, end, and it felt good at the end. I believed in the love story, and it had such a cool. A lot of the other ones that we read in Meet Cute are contemporaries. This one is a sort of fantastical, magical contemporary, where you also get to see them, like a whole nother world is created in it. And then they also kind of sort of travel through time as you get to see a love story unfold. It was just so good. It was just so good.
Well, and it was like the world building is that the world that they're in, everybody has like a ring on their finger that as they mature, will show them who their soulmate is.
Yeah.
And there's like a ritual that you can do that will show you your future, but they said that it can be either a false or a true future, and you don't know for sure. And so these two characters kind of go through that ritual with one another in order to see what their futures are. And their futures take them both to our world and their own world, and have varying degrees of things that are happening. There's endings with them together, endings where they're not together. The male love interest is sickly, I believe, and doesn't ever has never really believed that he was going to live a long life, but they see themselves in his old age. Probably not as old as what most people would live, but I would say I think it's like 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
And they like at the end discuss whether or not what they thought was true and what they thought wasn't true. And he says that it doesn't matter because he got to see himself in love later.
Yeah. It was so beautiful on so many accounts. And it's also because they choose to believe that it could be real. And then I'm pretty sure I remember her tattoo ring finger thing comes back at the end of that when they're seeing it, as if she also will get a second love in her lifetime after her love with him. And it was just, it covered a lot of things in such a like comprehensive, wonderful, jam-packed sort of way. Yes.
Yeah, there was something at the end of that one where like they were in the hospital and the nurse was like consoling her and basically telling her that like she could already see that her ring was coming back and that she would get to have another great love in her life and how lucky she was. And
yeah.
I don't know why I didn't like that one more than I did. I don't know if I feel like there was something missing from it, or if I just didn't, or if I'm that person who like wants the actual happy ending versus like the perceived happy ending. Though to be fair, we got way more of a happy ending with that than we did with a lot of the other ones.
And we did. That's the other thing we should say about this one. So they're meet cute, and traditional meet cutes are like
you meet and you're gone.
Yeah, and you tend to think of it as being like almost Hallmark-esque, and like you are gonna get a happy ending if you have a meet cute, and that is not the case in this
no
stories. Like you get some of them you do, some of them you really, really don't. And that's why I appreciate Sea Dedicate as the start, because it kind of tells you early on that these might not all be happy endings.
Right.
So it's, yeah.
And then Oomph.
Your favorite.
My favorite. Which I think Oomph is about a girl at I almost said plane station. A girl at an airport. A plane station, if you will. And she has been visiting New York, and she's wondering about what she is going to do with her college life and deciding if she really wants to go to New York. And she runs into another girl who is in New York and going somewhere else. And they're talking about love and like how when you know what you want with your life, you know. Like when it happens for you, whether it's, the person that you're in love with, or a job that you want, or choosing your future, when you know, you know.
Yeah. That was the one that when I was doing my vlog, I pulled the quote because I was like, people would get this tattooed. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but it was like, it mentioned the oomph, and it was good.
I just think I was here, but then I think I lost it.
The other thing I liked about this one is that the two girls have this whole like interaction where they do the like fake identities at first, where they're pretending to be Marvel characters, and it's just so freaking cute. And it's so cute in the way that you can genuinely see it happening. And again, as a fan of Hallmark and like generally bad romance or good romance, but like, not all of the ones I read are realistic. This one I was like, oh, I could see this happening. And it was just so adorable and so sweet. And it was, yeah, it was one of my favorites also.
Plane Station.
PlayStation.
Man, I'm looking for that because I know what you're talking about. The quote that was
Also
real good.
I get very Black Mirror-ish vibes from some of these, and I totally agree with that. Yeah. Some of them definitely felt that way to me.
I don't know what that is, so
it's like a creepy TV show.
Okay, sure. Where is it? It's not like it's that long.
I know. These are all like 20 to 40 pages, maybe.
Okay. We'll go to the next one. Moving on. Next was The Dictionary of You and Me, which I also really liked.
Yeah.
That one's basically like a girl that works in a library and is continuously trying to get this guy to return a book to the library. And they end up kind of having like a weird flirty over the telephone relationship. Even though she has no idea who the guy is.
Yeah, months she's trying to get this book back. And they're just chatting.
And guess what? It turned out to be a guy at her school.
A super hot guy at her school.
A super hot guy at her school.
Super hot new guy.
Who uses the word zazzy.
Yeah.
Because, plot twist, he's the one that has the dictionary checked out from the library. The letter Z. Yeah. Anyway.
It was really
encyclopedia, maybe? Not dictionary? I don't know.
I think it was the dictionary. Not the encyclopedia of You and Me. The dictionary of You and Me.
That would make sense. Shut up, Kate.
That's okay. I've already proven I'm an idiot with the tundra horror today. So
it's a cozy mystery. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that one because it's wordy. Like it's a play on words.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yes, it was just very cute. And I learned what zazzy meant, and it was fun.
And who doesn't want to like have a hot dude at school fall in love with him? I mean,
right?
I'm in school. I'm old.
But it was the dream.
It was the dream. It never happened, but it was the dream. The unlikely likelihood of falling in love.
Yeah, I'm blanking on what that one was.
That is the one where she was doing like a statistics, like she was on the metro and she passed another train going the opposite direction and she like fell in love with the guy
a lot too.
on the train across from her. And she started doing a project for school. I think it was for a statistics class or maybe a physics class.
I think it was their statistics class. And she's like the only girl in the class, and she tells her whole class like what her project is going to be, which is like proving or disproving or however that this wasn't just like a random happenstance, that this was statistically supposed to happen, that they would potentially fall in love at first sight, all this stuff. And I just appreciated how into it her teacher and the other students were. Like, they were just rooting her on. And
all dudes, and they're all into it. They're like, yes, girl, you go get your man.
Yes, like, it was so good.
And I love the way it ended. Like, that's one that I'm like, I love the way it ended.
It was so good. Yeah, it did. And it was like twisty in the best kind of way. Like, it doesn't count as a twist. I don't know. It was good.
I mean, they didn't meet. Like, you knew they were going to meet. So, not really a plot twist, but I mean, I guess they didn't have to. But.
The rest of the book set it up that I genuinely didn't know if they were going to meet. I thought she was just potentially going to, like, fantasize about him, and that was going to be the end.
Like the rest of us do.
Yeah.
Anyway. 259 million miles, which we
talked about that one.
Touched on already, yeah. Guy going to space wants to go, had a really embarrassing thing happen to him and it was videotaped and it went viral, and the only way for him to escape it, he thought, was to go to Mars.
Yep.
And then the company that was sending kids to Mars used him to find out if someone who was like him would be compatible with another girl, and let him fall in love with the girl, and then sent her to Mars, never to be seen again.
Immediately, too. Not just like, he was like, oh, I wanted to get her number. And they were like, she already left. And I was like, are you kidding me? Here's the thing, though. I will say, at least for this one, I appreciated the time that they had together chatting. So they're like put into this like isolated chamber in order to test what it would be like when they're isolated on Mars. And they had some very sweet interactions where she's like bringing him out of his shell, and he's able to calm her down when she thinks that there's a fire during the test and all this stuff. And they're just like back and forth.
And I love that, like, the end of that is him, like, they discuss, yeah, we hate it when you're so embarrassed that you go to Mars, for sure. Her response to him is that he should go back on, and like, now that he's viral and he's famous to an extent, he should go back online and he should show people the real him so that people can get to know him, and maybe he wouldn't be so embarrassed. And he was like, yeah, that's cool, but also like he should get her number, and then she's gone. But he does at the end like hop on, and
the only way he could send this message to her, this final message to say how much she's impacted him.
So hello to everyone out there who's watching, whether you're in the US, Asia, Europe, wherever, or even if you're on Mars. Especially if you're on Mars.
Yeah.
That poor dude.
He struggled a lot.
This is a rough week for him.
It really was.
A rough week for him.
Man.
And then we get to like the shit show at the end. Something Real, which was two girls on a reality TV show trying to do a baking competition to fight for a date with a
celebrity,
heartthrob celebrity who's a weed. I don't even know.
And it turns out, so one of the girls was like the member of his fan club, or the leader of his fan club, and the other one, the love interest in this case, ended up being like her dead sister was listening to this guy's song when she passed in a car crash. I'm telling you, there was so much death in this. And then it turns out that the guy sucks after all. And then the girls go on a date together at the very end that we don't see, but like that's implied that they're like going to go out. I liked the chemistry between the two girls, but it just kind of felt all over the place. Like, not even to the point that I wish it was a full-length novel. It was just kind of like fine.
It was okay. Yeah. I like the conversation that can be had in that, as I was just discussing, like Henry Cavill. I like the discussion that can be had that like the people that we perceive that are famous are not necessarily always going to be what we expect them to be.
Yeah.
That like we put these people on a pedestal, but do they really deserve to be there? And you know, she was the head of his fan club and like had the world's hugest crush on him, and she was for sure that if she could just meet him that he would fall in love with her. Yeah. Girl, I agree. Also, but the likelihood of that happening is pretty slim to none. And also sometimes maybe you realize that the person that is actually right for you is there.
Yeah. There were a lot of, even if I didn't like the story, a lot of them I appreciated the lesson they were trying to impart. So, you know, there's something to be said for that too.
That one I think was like not the worst of the end, but it definitely was just like, I don't know. Like it had some greater themes, but the rest of it was,
yeah.
Say Everything, as we discussed, was the one where the girl, you already forgot again, didn't you?
I already forgot again. What is it?
The one where the girl finds out that the guy whose family stole all of her money and bought her house, and she ended up poor, and he like takes her on a date. It's weird.
this is literally the thing. It's not even that it was bad. It was just so forgettable that so it's not good. You know what I'm saying? Like there was nothing in it that was bad. I just didn't care, I guess, is the problem. And that's like the cardinal sin, I feel like. If I don't care, then
Resolution. Just don't be afraid. You will take chances. You will find your way. You will lose opportunities. You will find luck. You will lose your heart. He will give you his. That you get to keep.
I take it back. I also didn't like the way it was written.
It's second person.
Which
I don't hate.
I don't hate, but I didn't like it this way.
Right. This story, it was a weird choice for this story.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was done specifically for that line. He will give you his heart. That you get to keep.
I think it was too.
That is impactful. Don't get me wrong. But the rest of it, I think that's one of the shortest ones too. It's like literally 17 pages.
It felt really short. Yeah.
And then we get to the Department of Dead Love that Kate loved.
I don't like this one. I like this one.
I hated it. Hate it.
Okay, so this one has an interesting concept. You got to give it that.
It does have an interesting concept. So basically, the Department of Dead Love is where you can go so that if you were in a relationship that has ended, you can have them, with the permission of the person that you used to be with, they will try to figure out what went wrong in your relationship and see if it's fixable. Mm-hmm. And they can also remove your memories of everything that happened up to a certain point, but you lose everything. And this is the part where Jessica hates it. Yeah. Like, you were in a relationship that didn't work out for reasons that are unknown. Like, whether you're not compatible, whatever the reason is. And you're willing to give up 8 months of your life, every single thing that you learned, every interaction you had with every person you know, every person you met, just for a second chance with this person that it already didn't work out with.
Okay, hold on. Let's preface this a little bit more. And that in the story of this entire department, right, is that there are like multiple tiers to even get down to the Department of Dead Love or whatever it is. Like you have to go all the way down and be so insistent that you don't want to talk to the psychologist. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do any like therapy to get you to a point that you can be done with your grieving because you're so convinced that something went wrong that shouldn't have. And it's interesting because as it turns out, once our main character, which is actually a guy this time, sort of goes through that process, and his ex does agree to do it with him, our investigator can't find where it went wrong after she goes through all of their memories and she feels everything that they felt. She can't find where the issue was. So she's like, if y'all want me to set it back, I can. But of course, in the process, our main character has fallen in love, as in quotes, has realized that he can have feelings for someone other than his ex-girlfriend because he starts having feelings for the investigator. And so he decides not to reset his memories because he would forget her. It was an interesting concept, okay?
Okay, but look, this right here. He asks, does it ever work? And she says the success rate is 9.83%.
Yeah, he was an idiot, but the concept was cool.
He's a moron.
He was, but he learned his lesson at the end. He didn't go through with it.
But, okay, but also, and I mean, maybe it's just because I'm a cynic and we all have already learned this about me, but the fact that, like, 16 hours before you were willing to give up your 8 months of your life for a 9% chance that you would continue to be in love with this woman. And 16 hours later, you're like, fuck it. I'd rather do you instead. Let's move on.
I I think that the message was greater, that he just realized a little bit that he could feel something for someone else. And that, combined with losing the 8 months of memories and all this stuff, was enough to be like, you know what? I probably shouldn't do this. What everyone told him all the way up leading to this point, which is you shouldn't do this. But you know what? I thought it was a cool concept. This is actually one that I would read an entire story. He gets a U tried.
He gets a U tried start. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, I get the concept. Like, I really liked the concept of it when I started reading it. I was like, I'm going to love this. This is so cool. And then I get to the end and I'm like, no, who would do that?
I think this is really where you can see, since we were talking before about how you have to care about characters, you also have to have characters that like
care about themselves,
aren't complete idiots. Like, you can have dumb characters, but it is a little bit harder to root for ones that you're just like the sheer idiocy of the character.
And then not only maybe they do belong together, because not only did he agree to do it and come back the next day, he convinced the girlfriend to do it too.
The ex-girlfriend was willing.
She was going to go through with it. She was going to erase 8 months of her life for another shot with a guy that she broke up with. It's cool. It's cool. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go try to date the girl we were talking to yesterday that's been inside of our heads.
I want to add a little bit more to this because I'm just going to defend this story. To be fair, they were friends. The guy and the ex-girlfriend were friends before they started dating. They'd been friends for a long time, and then they fell in love, and then whatever. And then I think this actually hinted at something that we didn't see in any of the other stories, which is this idea that you can fall out of love and there not be any specific reason for it that anyone can pinpoint. Sometimes it just happens. And I think that is something I appreciate seeing a YA story attempt to tackle, you know? So, like, I liked it. I'm over here. I liked it. I wouldn't give it, like, it wasn't my favorite story, but I appreciated it more than some of the other ones.
I would like another story from that world with different characters.
The world was cool, yeah.
Because there's so much, like, there's a rebound center, there's the dead love department, there's so many other departments in there that, like, I would like to get to know more. And to be fair, I did remember what that one was just by the title.
There you go.
The other ones, like, I did actually remember that one without having to look at it. So, like, it did make an impact. It wasn't a good one, but it made an impact.
I'd also, as someone who's terrible at titling things, I'm realizing how important the titles are. Because, like, at least, again, which one was the one that I could freaking say everything? Even the title felt lazy. Like, it felt like they didn't try. That sounds terrible. I have not read anything else by this person. It just was not for me. So,
I'm here to tell you that Siege Etiquette is, like, the best worded one for me, title-wise.
It was a great title.
I love Siege Etiquette. That is a great title.
Okay, also, look, the author who did the one that I didn't like has, on one of her books, like, over 100,000 ratings on Goodreads. So clearly, that's incredible.
Patrick?
Yes.
What's the book?
My Life Next Door, which I've never heard of, but, like... And then What I Thought Was True has over 20,000 ratings, which is also still impressive. The Boy Most Likely To, which I do think I've seen somewhere, has like 14,000. These are impressive things. I just, like...
Oh my gosh, the back of the book. I could have read this.
What's it say?
It tells you, like, what the like, mini plots. mini plots.
Oh, that's nice.
Huntley Fitzpatrick's charming love story that begins over iced tea at a diner.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's cute.
It is cute.
I liked it enough that I bought it.
Yeah, look, there are some that I think I would reread that I liked them so much.
Yeah,
so,
like I would reread Siege Etiquette and Hourglass and Click and The Way We Love Here and Oomph in the dictionary. I mean, more than half. So
it definitely just does feel indicative of anthologies where it's kind of like, some you're gonna like, some you're not.
So, do you want to talk next month's book?
I do. So Jessica had the genius idea. For those of y'all who are participating in Books and Lala's Buzzwordathon, this should fit the challenge for January.
Technically, it's a buzzword reading challenge.
Sorry, right? It's not Buzzwordathon.
It's not It's not an a-thon. It's a reading challenge.
Year.
For some reason, aren't part of BookTube and you don't watch Books and Lala, she has a used to have a buzzwordathon where there was like a specific buzzword and you would read as many books from that in the week as possible. For 2021, she has instead chosen to do a challenge where each month has a specific word. And so for January, the word is dream. So you read as many books as you can with the word dream in it. So dream, dreaming, dreamer, any of that is acceptable. And we actually had this book up for a poll earlier last year, and it got a lot of votes. And I was like, let's combine. So our January, February book will be by Laini Taylor.
Woo!
So you can read with us. And if you are taking part of the Buzzwordathon challenge, it'll go to that as well. So you can like hit two birds, one stone. This was mostly for me, who has 13 books to read this month.
Hey.
And this may be something that we carry through for the rest of the months as well. Because we'll have two routes to go through. Because like February, the thing is to read a book with a color in the title. And we could have also went that route as well. But we had already done a poll on Strange the Dreamer. So I figured that was like a safe bet. Because But like for March, April, the word is time, and the April is a space or a galaxy term. So we could go, maybe we could read a sci-fi next time.
We got options.
We have options. So for January, February, we will be reading Strange the Dreamer. Kate has her allergies. She's going to read. It's a chunky one. FYI. She's a chunky boy. It is YA. Is it an adult or is it YA? I don't even remember.
Technically YA. I feel like I only saw YA people talking about it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was YA.
This book is about Laszlo Strange, who works as a librarian, and he is a specialist. He knows a lot about a specific, kind of like Atlantis, like a town that doesn't exist. And someone comes and takes him away into this actual place. And I think it's called Weep. Yep, Weep. I don't really know much more than that. I know that there is supposedly which someone in the chat just said that they have read this. Haley. I'm pretty sure I heard that like this has a second point of view that comes up towards the middle of the book that's like a big surprise, and no one wants to spoil that. Like people tell you not to be spoiled for it when you go in because it's like a big thing. So like I'm going to assume it's like plot twisty. I don't really know. But there's a thing. So, Grape says, make the books fit into the Avengers Initiative Challenge too. I'm sure this will fit for something, Grape. I mean, let's be honest. I will look later and I will let you know which one this fits best for, which character.
I'm excited. And what is that award that it has on there?
It has, I can barely read it.
Okay.
It's too shiny.
Yeah.
I really can't tell you.
Okay. I've heard such good things about it, and it was definitely. Oh, look at that. Haley says, yes, no spoilers for me. You will love the plot twist. I legit screamed.
Prince Award for Excellence in Young
Oh, the Newbery?
Adult literature. This is this way. That's why. American Library Association. What? Oh, what's that word? Michael E. Prince Award for Excellence in Young Adult Literature from the American Library Association. Oh my, it's so hard to read, dude.
You got there eventually. That's what's important.
I feel like a kindergartner learning how to read.
How do I?
Excellent. Like, and I mean, like, y'all can see how shiny it is.
It's very shiny.
So, like, I'm having to, like, find the light that hits it right. It's a great time. Highly recommend. Anyway.
I'm excited. I'm pumped. I also got to choose another book that Jess is going to be reading soon. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to try and get my TBR for January up soon-ish. I got to actually make the TBR, but like.
I haven't made mine yet either because obviously I don't have any goals yet. Listen, Kelly, it was painful for me too.
It was painful for us all, but she got there. Well, I think that is it from us. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for hanging out and chatting 2021 goals and for chatting book club picks. And we will let y'all know when the next the next AuthorTube chat is. It'll be on Jess's channel in January and February. And February will be the one where we discuss Strange the Dreamer. So dates to be announced. But yes. Yay! All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time.